we need to start raising PlayStation prices higher. Forget the membership.
Insane.
We need the games to go higher.
What's going on, beautiful people of the internet? Fearless Master M here, and we back on another episode of the Curse Speech Podcast. We are on episode 19, and we're gonna get right back into it, man. First topic of the day, fellas. First topic of the day. PlayStation's been increasing their prices. Now I don't know what the different price points are. I was just recently.
Nah, I got you.
So go ahead and let us know how they emptying our wallets, man.
So, the PlayStation Plus Essential tier, which is the baseline, you get to play online, you get the monthly free games, you get discounts sometimes. That is going from $59.99 USD to $79.99 US dollars. Moving from that, PlayStation Plus Extra, that's the one where you get everything that comes with Essential, so you get to play online, monthly free games, discounts, and the library of games. So fake ass Game Pass kinda, except it's just PS4 games. You can stream them, or you can just download them. So you get access to whatever's on there.
Oh, okay.
So you get all that. That one is up. So from 99, and this is annually, by the way. This is how much you'd be paying for the year. This one's up from $99.99 US dollars to $134.99 US dollars. And last but certainly least, PlayStation Plus Premium. This one comes with everything that the previous tiers come with, and then you also get access to those PS1 games. You get access to PS1 games, like you can download them and stream them, and then PS3 games, which you can only stream because Sony is not playing around. They're not even bothering with that PS3 shit. That's what this one comes with. This one goes up from $119.99 to a whopping $159.99.
Hey, man.
That is a $40 increase.
It's not looking too good for the Sony ponies, man.
And these are not just. This isn't just in the US either. These prices are increasing elsewhere, and they are similarly ridiculous. But I do not have that information. But these numbers are not looking too great.
It's if the prices are going that high, I may need to shake the CEO's hand or something, bro. There might be we may need something different, man. I just want something extra.
Title the next video, man. We need more. Charge us more for PlayStation, bro. I don't know.
Lock him up. Because the thing is, there's no, they haven't announced any new features. The price is just going up, and we don't know why.
I do hope in the future, I hope that a lot more games become just a bit more accessible, because if we spend a lot on the Game Pass and the tiers, we only have so much resources for just putting aside to entertainment. So I would like for them to just help us out a bit with buying the actual games a bit more. So
you see the
but
problem.
we'll see what happens.
Problem with that though is Sony is acting like they don't have legitimate competition anymore, since they kind of won the console war. They pretend like the Xbox Game Pass doesn't exist and it's not there with the great value. They just kind of raising the prices to raise the price. At this point, honestly, if you got yourself a small little nice PC setup and the Xbox Game Pass, I think you'd be doing way better, because I ain't touched my PS5 in some months. The Xbox Game Pass is just superior, and it's they not taking it as seriously as they should, because it's a lot of value to play brand new games like Starfield when they launch for $10 a month and having access to that whole games catalog. I don't know, man. Yeah. They can't keep going like this. I know that. I know that.
Especially with a stunt like this. because Game Pass was already better value than like
For sure.
PlayStation Plus Extra, definitely than PlayStation Plus Premium, and they made it cost more. Okay.
Also, you don't
All
even
right.
download the games; you're streaming them, which is like, I don't know
The
about
games
y'all.
you can,
I'm not
the
a
games
fan
you
of it.
access with Extra, you can download. It's only the PS3 games that you have to stream
Okay.
because they can't be bothered to figure out how to get. They can't be bothered because the PS3 technology is so stupid. It's so like. It was difficult to use at the time, and they are not trying to invest the time to figure out how to actually put those games on other systems, which they need to,
They do.
because if you're gonna charge more money for PlayStation Plus, I better be able to download these games.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
no, it's still like, nah. I've been a PlayStation Plus subscriber as long as I've had income.
Yeah.
That shit is not looking it's not looking good.
Nah.
Because
I
it
would buy the
already
yearly. I would always try
Yeah,
to buy the
no.
yearly to save money. This is
because
egregious.
and the monthly prices are going up too, obviously, because
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
the fucking point?
Right.
But it's like, I'm not. No, this is not like it's unwarranted. It's like there's no explanation. It's just pay us more. No,
If you just wanted my bank account number, they could have just said so.
I swear.
Like, I don't know, man. I
Here's the
really,
account number, the routing number. Here's the card. Take it all.
I need something in
Rob us
return,
blind.
man. I need something in return because them little free games that we be getting, it's like they're cool or whatever, but it's not
Cool.
like I'm not getting the same caliber of game for the same amount of money. The Xbox Game Pass
They
is
gave-
literally just better.
The Saints Row remake was the headline, or reboot. That was the headline game
yeah.
this month.
Yeah,
It was
bro.
Saints Row. Hold on, I gotta pull this up. It was like Saints Row, and so, a game I already had. Now, granted, I will say one thing. At least for PlayStation Plus Extra, they did have a new game. Like, they occasionally they will have new games like at launch. Nothing AAA, obviously. They're not moving like that. They're not moving like Xbox. But like Sea of Stars, it's a cool like turn-based indie game. I gotta download it. I haven't played it yet, but I heard good things about it. So they at least do something, but like
I'm gonna need. It's not.
it doesn't
enough.
warrant this. Like a $35 increase just so I can get like one good game at launch every few months. Like, nah, that's not gonna cut it.
Nah.
That's not gonna cut it.
Yeah,
Because they do
and,
have like some like big budget exclusives available, like with Extra. Like I'm pretty sure Horizon Forbidden West is on there right now, which that's pretty good. And there's a large number of solid games on there. It's just not.
It doesn't warrant.
I'm just not. The value is still not there. The value's still not there. What were you gonna say, Symbiotic?
I was also found this PlayStation blog saying like it was posted on. Oh wait, this was made a year ago, so this is irrelevant. But you know, they said that I guess that there was a price increase last year around this time, or maybe it's talking about this one, but I'm sure that I could probably do more research on it, but it says PS5.
Bro, the price of the McChicken is up. All right, it's no longer. It's like $4.25, bro. And we can't keep doing this.
McChickens went from like $1 to like $1.60.
It's crazy, bro. The price of the chicken is up.
It's a 60% increase, bro. What are we doing?
We can't continue like
now
this.
PlayStation, they got it, bro. They got it. Oh, my bad. I'm wrong. The McChicken is $1.90. It almost doubled in price. Since like what, 2019, bro. Inflation is real. Now they ain't say they was beefing up PS Plus because of inflation. They just said numbers up, pay us.
We not getting
Why? What are we doing?
no signs of any better games. They just go ahead and tap in your pockets, man.
Like the quality of the service should go up. Like something. Just give us something. I'm not. You can't.
Yeah.
Like by as much as it's increasing too, it's like you can't not communicate what's going on there.
Well,
I don't know, man.
I guess they feel like they can because, you know, everybody got a PS5 in their house.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. If you ahead of the game, then you dictate the rules. But
True.
not for long, because competition is always around and lingering. Speaking of competition, man, this is gonna be my favorite topic of the day, bro. It's gonna be my favorite topic of the day. Someone on the Twitter, what was a PC Gamer article? They said that Baldur's Gate 3 ruined Starfield for him, and I thought that was pretty interesting because on one of these other podcasts, man, a certain someone said they moved Baldur's Gate 3 out the way for Starfield. I don't know. All I know is I tried to get into Starfield and it wouldn't clicking. The adventure, the exploration, it wasn't there. So go ahead and talk about it, man. We'll go ahead and get into it, bro.
Oh yeah, we will be getting into this. So I have played very little Baldur's Gate. I put like 10 hours into it. And I want to say, so Starfield says I got like 2 days on it. I've been playing it for that full duration, but I think like, because I got an Xbox just to play it. I'll be honest. And you know, when like the application will stay open while the game's off, so I don't know if it's counting that time or if it's like idle time from me having it paused. Well, either way, let's just pretend I have 48 hours on the game.
Right.
So big difference, and I just don't know. I've been craving a game. Another like BGS game, another Bethesda Game Studios game, and I heard that this one was it. I gave it a shot, and they were right. It's not without its flaws. And listen, before we get too deep in this segment, at no point will I say that I think that Starfield is better than Baldur's Gate 3. I am not going to say that, but until I get about equivalent time at the very least, I'm definitely not saying Baldur's Gate 3 is better than Starfield either. So there's gonna be some pros, some cons. I can definitely understand why you would prefer Baldur's Gate over Starfield. It's not hard to see, but that so far my stance, I have been enjoying Starfield more so far.
All right. So, from the opposite side of the fence over here, I got an insane amount of hours in Baldur's Gate 3. Still not done my first run yet. And I got a handful of hours on Starfield. We're gonna chalk it up to like 15, 20-ish. And I don't know, man. The start of that game, it was hard. It's still kind of hard. And you've been telling me to go ahead and go through the main story quest, and I've been trying, bro. But every time I go off the beaten path a little bit and try to explore, it's not giving me what I want, bro. I'm not getting the hit from exploration. The dialogues are interesting, the characters are cool, but it's like with Baldur's Gate 3, I'm getting rewarded for hitting a corner or going here or there. In Starfield, we in space. It's a little dull, and I'm not seeing or running into much. Now look, the mechanics in the game dive pretty deep, but it's not scratching the itch for me, man. Baldur's Gate 3 ruined it for me, bro. I can't. If I played Starfield first, I would probably feel way different. But Baldur's Gate 3 gave me the exploration and the combat that, well, not combat, two different types again. The exploration that I was like craving for. And I'm not getting it, bro. I'm not getting it. Even the dialogue a little lackluster, if we being honest. Like, I can't rock with it, dude. I can't rock with my band of weirdos in Baldur's Gate 3 is better than my band of weirdos in Starfield. And I just can't get into it, man. I've been trying.
Hey, man.
Play Baldur's Gate 3 though.
I'll get to it eventually. Also, Mr. Symbiotic, if you ever wanted to try it, we do have it since we game share. Don't tell Sony. But
yeah, they should.
I'll just say this. Here's what I'll say. In terms of quality, Baldur's Gate 3 is of a higher quality. Like, if you just look at them, obviously, you just look at them, Baldur's Gate 3, it looks better. It definitely works better, because I'll get into the glitches here in a second, because I did encounter a pretty bad glitch in Starfield. But the fact that I continued it after said glitch is indicative of how I feel about it. But yeah, Baldur's Gate. Also, the writing, yeah, Baldur's Gate has good writing. Definitely more interesting, I would say. None of my gripes are with anything like visuals, exploration, dialogue. Baldur's Gate 3 is so far a masterclass when it comes to those things. No, the problems are literally just, well, they're not problems. My personal, where I kind of move away from Baldur's Gate and move towards something like Starfield is just how I want to feel. Like, I work a lot, right? Or at least, I don't work a lot. I work a normal, it's not normal, but I work 40 hours a week. I'd be tired. And Baldur's Gate, for me, because I'm not a big, CRPG player. So Baldur's Gate, for me, is just a little too much thinking I gotta do sometimes. And that sounds crazy, because it is, but it's not. Like, I have a certain mental capacity, like on days where I've worked,
right,
before I can really
get into it,
before I need to go to sleep.
Before
I need to go to bed and not think about anything for a while. And work isn't super mentally taxing, but being physically drained also has a pretty, it'll get to you. So basically what I'm getting at is Baldur's Gate, for me, and this isn't just Baldur's Gate, with Armored Core, I've been playing that. It's just there's a certain level of comfort I want to have after I'm done working for the whole day, and those games are just a little too much to deal with
I got you.
after a while. And I also have other gripes, but I think that is the biggest reason why I have not sunk my teeth into Baldur's Gate yet. It's just a conflict of I just don't it, and I'm not explaining it well, but the gist of it is I have a hard energy limit that I will reach, and once I reach it, I'm not gonna turn on Baldur's Gate just to not pay attention or half put my effort into it, because I don't want to do that. I hate not fully experiencing something because I'm distracted, and that'll still happen, right? I'll miss something. And one thing about Baldur's Gate, you can pull up the dialogue so you can at least see what you missed at the very least. But ultimately, if I'm gonna sit down and really get into something, then it either preferably be on a weekend, right, or just on a day where I'm not exhausted out of my brain. Starfield, it not being as complex, it not having like so many complex systems, it soothes the brain. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I can at the very least, I can put like some time into it and be like, okay, that was a satisfying session.
Right.
I can go to sleep. And also, just that feeling of wanting to, just being like, okay, I can play this. It does carry over into like my other days. Like, I can just be like, all right, I want to start this faction quest.
Right.
And the dialogue, it's nothing crazy. It's good though. Like, I'm just because like Baldur's Gate is like such high quality. Don't get it twisted.
Starfield isn't a bad game by
Starfield
any means.
it's not bad at all. Like, I so far am of the opinion that it is probably the best game Bethesda's made for some time.
For sure.
Now we'll see how that stacks up, because Skyrim. There are some things that I feel like that are missing, that I'm like, it would have been cool if I could have did that. And sometimes like because the protagonist is not voiced, right? You pick from dialogue. Same with Divinity. I said Divinity again, bro. Baldur's Gate. Same with Baldur's Gate, except you do have a little voice. They do talk sometimes, just not in dialogue. And sometimes I'm playing and I'm like, I don't want to pick any of these, like when I'm on Starfield, so it's not without issues, but like it'll be like, it sounds like you're a dickhead. It's like, only a dickhead would have said that. It's like, it's the same shit. What are you like? I don't want to pick any of these. And then the last one is a question that won't progress dialogue. I'm like, dude, what are you like? Why can't I role play? I want to be like I got it, bud. Like, I just want to be like a straightforward, and that's a symptom of, that's just how Bethesda writes their characters, and I'm good with that for the most part, high strung tirade aside. But essentially, on top of like me just preferring the style of game that Baldur's
yes, sir.
That Starfield is. Nah, I definitely do not prefer CRPGs. They're good though. I got into Divinity 2. But yeah, I just prefer action RPGs. Like, well, it's not even an action RPG. That's not necessarily correct. But just like Bethesda style RPGs, like a Fallout, Skyrim, but specifically Fallout New Vegas, also the Outer Worlds. Games like those are like, they've been my jam for a while, and just scratching that itch, it just scratches an itch that I've had for a long time, especially since Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 were. Fallout 76 is like a whole different tier below, but Fallout 4 was pretty disappointing.
My problem with that is, bro, it doesn't even scratch the Fallout 4 itch for me, dude. Like, with Fallout 4, I felt like, I don't know, bro. It's the random exploration just doesn't do it for me, like, at all. Like, when I was on that first planet, I was looking around for things to do. I'm like, okay, first planet, like the mission where you get the ship, like after that first like combat encounter you have in the little laboratory building or whatever, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll run into something interesting or like read something cool. And I'm like, none of this really matters. And I get to the planet with all the people on it, and I start talking to them. I'm like, oh yeah, the mystical magical little space thingy thing that I touched, that's great. And I started walking around the city. I'm like, like, I don't know, man. I cannot get into that game. And I think we have the opposite problem, where like I find that mentally taxing. Like, I'd rather just have something where I like hit the corner and like people getting attacked or being mugged or whatever, and then I just turn my brain off and go like hit them with a fireball or something. But I don't know, man. And also, I don't like that combat. I don't like that combat at all.
It doesn't start off great, and it has a pretty shoddy opening. Like that much is true.
But I know it gets.
But
better.
No, So I'll say, like in terms of exploration, yes, even Fallout 4, like has it beat. Where it really shines is that like the quest design. It reminds me of Skyrim for one, except there are actual like important decisions you can make within the quest, which I'm sure there are some outliers from Skyrim, but for the most part, Skyrim, you kind of, like, once you start on a quest, you kind of end up in the same place.
Yeah.
Whereas, like,
Shout to that
with
magical
Starfield,
castle.
you might end up in a similar place, but you will make decisions that have some amount of impact. So, where it shines is not in the exploration, which I'm sure is disappointing for some, but it has such good quest lines, bro. Like, the main quest is pretty good from what I've played. I got hit with some bullshit. Like, not only did I get hit with that glitch, but they also kind of progressed the world without warning, and I'm like,
is it because you
I
did a
didn't want
mission
that to
or
happen.
there's just
Yeah, like it
overtime?
was like I was doing a main mission, and then they were like, "Oh shit, we just got attacked," and I'm like, "Huh?" And something very significant happened without warning, and I think that's the point.
Alright.
But I was just like, come on, bro. But yeah, following those big, like, long, like, mainline quests, Jesus Christ, those, like, important quests is, like, really where that game shines above all else. So yeah, I will say that, like, the exploration is not the best. There is sometimes, like, stuff to find, and no, like, when I tell you the quests are really good, because I just remembered something. No, the quests in that game are they're the best part. They're the best part, which normally you can say that about Bethesda stuff, but, like, the quests haven't been this good since Skyrim, like, that Bethesda's put out.
Okay.
They haven't been anywhere close, I would say. Like, they're really they like, yeah. It's like, I will say it's poor timing, just because, like, you know, Baldur's Gate's been such a, like, huge success. Now there was about a month in between, but it has been poor timing. Like, realistically, I don't want people to pit these games against each other, but I can understand, like, struggling to go from one to the other, or vice versa, like going back to one after playing the other. I can understand, just because they're so, like, they scratch such different itches and they're so different in quality that it's like, yeah, I don't know, because, like, Baldur's Gate, you know, you'll see, like, some of the most, like, for a game with as much dialogue and as much conversation, you'll see, like, some really nice animations, really good, like, expressions and stuff. Like, it's just good for the genre. Whereas, like, Starfield is like, this is the best that Bethesda's ever done.
Yeah.
Which is, like, it's impressive in that, like, little space, that little niche. But then you look at a game like Baldur's Gate and you're like, oh, that's these games came out the same. It's like, I get that, but like I said, they scratch such different itches. It's like, I see how you would say one ruined the other for you, like Baldur's Gate ruined Starfield, but I'm like, for me, it's like, if one can ruin the other for you, then you really were only gonna really be into one in the first place, and not the other. That's how I feel.
I got you.
And maybe that's not the truest statement, but it's what I'm running with for now. That I think that's
a fair
assessment. My takeaway. Yeah.
Now I got a question for you guys, though.
What's up?
All right, let's hear it.
So do you think that, like, anything, maybe like any media or advertisement before the games came out, like, change your expectations and the way you were experiencing the game currently?
Sure.
Definitely.
With Starfield, I was expecting more, like, livelier planets, if that makes any sense, or, like, better space exploration. I understand that, but that's it's not a bad game, just not the game that I was thinking I was going to get when I got it. Not a bad game, just not what I thought it would be, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of controversy with that, like the way that like the planets are just like big open zones, like you can't just traverse the whole thing, which would have been crazy, by the way. But I get it. Todd Howard, big man at Bethesda, he has a habit of really, really selling things and then it not really being like that. But that's also not realistic. Like, no game is doing like, okay, No Man's Sky is doing that. But No Man's Sky is not, it doesn't have this crazy narrative on top of it too. It doesn't have this crazy narrative. It's not an RPG. Like, the whole game is around planet exploration. So, like, it has its combat and all that, but like the core of the game is get on your ship, go to a planet, explore that planet, and like document everything, get resources, do all that. Like, that's what the whole game is about. Starfield is kind of about that, but it's also like this just like
it's kind of about
space opera,
but it's not as about it as they made it out to be.
Not nearly. And that's where back to your point, or back to your question, Symbiotic. I do feel like they oversold that aspect of the game, like the ability to fly to like other planets. I do feel like that was oversold.
And you know what? I think that was a byproduct of them with the spaceships and the customization that came with the spaceships. Like, oh yeah, make your own spaceship, do this, have your own crew.
The thing is, that part is great though.
Yeah, no,
like
it is.
The ship customization, all that. It's just depending on what you do, you don't even have to use it that often.
Exactly.
So it is. But yeah, I do feel like people like weren't managing their expectations well though at all. That doesn't happen, like especially not on the internet. People do not manage their expectations very well. But
yeah,
I think if we had to weigh them, like, people not managing their expectations are always gonna outweigh like what the developer said, but I would say it's close. Like, it's a bit closer than say it is for like other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that expectation didn't come from nowhere. But they on the flip side, they also were like, there's 1,000 planets. They're gonna be procedurally generated.
Yeah.
And that's always a big warning flag. Like, okay, most of these planets are gonna suck. And that's
most of them do.
But the handcrafted planets are pretty cool. Like, you're just walking around, you overhear somebody, or like, and then you just get a quest, and it's like there's always stuff to do in those spaces. But yeah, like it's not without flaws. It's not without flaws for sure. I got soft locked, right? My character Sarah Morgan, we were madly in love, and she was like, "Hey, let's get married." But it was during a quest where my companions were locked in a location until I finished the quest. So she says, "Hey, let's get married. Let's go to this planet right now." I go back to my ship. I'm like, "Darling, where are you?" Like, she's not there. She's not there at all. So I'm like, okay, well, let me do the quest. But then the main quest, I should say, it requires me to have a different companion.
Locked out of it,
and
baby.
that's where the problem is, because I can't get married without my
companion
bride to be being there, and I can't do this main quest because my bride to be is my active companion, because I can't dismiss her. It is still a Bethesda game, all right? It might be the least buggy Bethesda game, but it is still a Bethesda game. But I can't help it, bro. I like it. I like it.
I can't get down with it no more, bro. They got me in
I've
Fallout
been enjoying
4.
it.
Far Harbor was cool, and I was enjoying some of the DLC for that game. The Nuka Cola,
Nuka World.
Nuka World,
It could have been better.
But speaking of games that never disappoint, Cyberpunk 2077 getting a new update.
that never disappoint. You're really leading.
Whoa!
You're really.
I will remind you.
That
I will remind you. They have been comparing Starfield to Cyberpunk, and I think that's crazy. But hey, man, look.
I do think that's crazy. I'll say this: the comparisons are wild because one, this is Starfield at launch compared to Cyberpunk 3 years out, right? So that's already like, oh, I shouldn't say that. But also it's like, what were you expecting from Starfield? But whatever, bro. Let's move on to Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk is better. I'll say that. It's better for different reasons. It's better for different reasons. I'm not comparing them one to one, and it's not because Cyberpunk has better water physics. You barely touch water in that game. There is
skill tree.
I can count on one hand. I said one hand. One finger. There is a single quest that required me to touch water, and it was a side quest. But whatever. Cyberpunk has better water physics, though. Listen, it's not because of that. I just enjoy the narrative more. I enjoy the characters more. I enjoy the world more.
Cyberpunk's just better.
I can't disagree after all that, but I'm like, Jesus, I really don't want to.
Yeah, man, Cyberpunk's getting this new update. They overhauled the skills, abilities,
2.0.
weapons. Hey, man, it's looking like the game we were supposed to get on launch, bro, and I'm real happy about that, bro. I'm real happy about that.
Today, recent news, can you believe it? They announced that the update before the DLC fully launches, it's coming out the 21st, 1 week from today.
Yup.
So, I think that's pretty cool because that update's free, right? Like, so the updated skill trees, the different, like, what's it called? The updated police. So like the fixed police system, and Max Tac as well. The what's it called? The vehicle combat. So like being able to use melee weapons on bikes and stuff, and then being able to actually hop out and shoot. All that's gonna be free. You know, you're not getting into the new DLC area.
Cyber psychosis. Come on, bro.
It's not cyber psychosis. Well, you just get debuffs for overloading on cyberware, which is. We'll see how I feel about that, because I kind of like being just a brick shit house, bro. Just being decked out from head to toe, down to the eyes and the brain. But I get it. Kind of ridiculous. You know, there's an in-universe issue, and you're just like, I don't care. But,
bro, replace my entire body.
They released a cute little trailer for it. You know, I we've been Cyberpunk fans from day one. At least Fearless and I have.
Hey man, them was some tough days. I'm like, bro, no, it's a good game underneath all the bugginess. I can only play for 1 hour at a time, bro.
No. Because listen, my PS4, God rest her soul. My PS4, my launch PS4, my PS4 that I got back in 2013 could not do it. She could, like I said, bless her heart, rest in peace. I don't know where she is now. She could not run Cyberpunk, not for anything. And let me tell you, you said you were a fan since launch. I'm getting there. I got my hands on a PS5. You can see it right over there. All it took was a consistent frame rate.
That is all it took.
I played Cyberpunk at launch, and I was once I got a consistent frame rate, over with. Finished the game. I loved it, bro. So to see just how far it's made it, just how deep from the trenches of hell it just rolls up. It feels good, man. It feels good. And I really hope they learn their lesson, because I do not want this to happen again. Because the like discourse, how people will still be like, Cyberpunk, that game's trash. It's like, no, it just launched horribly. It just launched bad
for a little while. It was cool to hate on Cyberpunk, which I think really damaged the reputation. Like, worse.
The thing is,
way worse.
It's still like, it's not necessarily cool to hate on it, especially with Edge Runners, you know, having brought in a lot of new people.
But before Edge Runners, niggas would dog Cyberpunk for anything. Said,
no, what I was getting at is like, it's definitely less. Like, you don't see as much hate, but people will still be like, this game's shit. And depending on whose replies you're under, right? Like, if you're on Twitter, depending on whose replies you're under, those people will get boosted up. Like, they'll be agreeing. And I'm like, dude, what are we doing? I get, like, it's not the greatest game of all time, like, even with the improvements. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that. Is it one of my favorites? That's a different question, and the answer is yes. But
it's good.
Like, I can't in good faith just sit there and see them being like, yeah, this game's still bad, and be like, no, I can't. It's just frustrating. But reduce symptoms, you know, it's not as bad. People have gotten over it for the most part, and I really hope this last update will be the final push it needs for it to be praised, like, in its current state. Not that shit from back then.
Speaking of current states, and we would be stupid not to include this. They want you to check your PC's cooling before the Cyberpunk update comes out to make sure that your PC is still capable of running the game, because it's a major overhaul. You might blow your shit up.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. It's an interesting thing, because it's like,
Todd Howard just said something similar.
Wait a minute. This game I've had for 3 years. I have to upgrade my PC or else it might blow up. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. That is like one thing. It's like, that part sucks, like, no matter what, bro. Like, it's good that the game is, like, to a point to where it needs better hardware, but, like, good for who? You know, it's good for the guy with the 4090. It's not so good for me with 3-year-old hardware, because it worked. It worked back then, you know. So that's.
But yeah,
shoot, man. I said for me, like, I got a computer. That
you can get one Black Friday.
I'm not a PC
Micro
gamer.
Center. We get the Micro Center and get everything. Come on, bro. Anyway, dude. Anyway.
Hey, but you know, like, after hearing you guys talk, I think the Game Awards needs a new category: best comeback. We got Cyberpunk.
Man.
We got.
They have something like that. Best, like, constantly updated game or something?
Best ongoing game, which is that's more for live services and like
yeah.
MMOs though.
Yeah.
What was the next entry for this hypothetical category?
You know, I'm gonna have to say, you know, the Street Fighter franchise.
Oh my God.
You know, Street Fighter 5.
The whole thing?
You know,
God.
Street Fighter 5 and 6.
Street Fighter 5 released a half-baked game. Street Fighter 5
Right.
deserved all the hate that it got. They ain't had no other choice, because that was the only
then
Street Fighter you was finna get till 6. And 6
then
ain't come out no time
learned
soon.
from their mistakes. They learned from their mistakes.
Man,
It came out with the best, you know, game they came out. You know, they really put their, you know, they really worked hard on that game. So that would be another category. I mean, that would be another nominee.
I just got two things, bro. One, those are two different games, and two, those games are online. Like, they have to update those like, with single player stuff, it's like you can drop it and then just be like, bye. You know, with an online like multiplayer game, you kind of have to do something, right? Otherwise, people stop playing it.
You know, make money.
And then it just kind of dies, right? I do get what you're saying though. I do get what you're saying though. So maybe.
Maybe
Nominating Street Fighter 5 for anything is crazy. I was about to say maybe just include 5, but let's be honest.
I mean, like
Street Fighter 6. I love Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 is the best Street Fighter ever made. I'll fight anybody on that. And all you old people saying Street Fighter 2 Turbo or whatever. Who cares? Shut up.
No,
You're
no
old.
one thinks that. No one thinks that.
I hit you with a drive impact. What you gonna do, react to it?
Hey, hold on. Wait. Nah, because if they were playing Turbo, hold on, bro. You had split seconds to react, or else your whole health bar was gone. Hold on. Listen. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, that game might as well.
They
be a
old,
game,
bro. They're
that
old.
Game, but it's a Kusho game. It's like, then again.
They not reacting to drive impact online, bro.
I mean, come on, bro. Crazy, insane word.
I'm finna hit them with one of these R01, R2s, one of them. Had their ass split against the wall, take 50% of their health because they're bad. Nah, I'm just kidding.
He's not kidding.
I'm not kidding. You will get smoked. If anybody want to face me, Fearless Master M on Street Fighter, you can get smoked with this Luke. I'm just saying. But next up, we got a couple of new games coming out, and we also just had the PlayStation
State of Play.
So we got.
I tell you, I almost said Direct.
Got him. We got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hyped to see that game. And we got Spider-Man 2. What do y'all want to talk about first? Final Fantasy or Spider-Man?
I have more to say about Spider-Man, so let's tackle that second.
Alrighty. So, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is looking like an absolute cop, bro. It's everything that the old Final Fantasy heads said it was gonna be. You know, people that played the little sprite version, the OG version.
The sprite version is crazy.
I never played Final Fantasy VII, so
that
I'm
game
gonna
did not have
sprites.
It had 3D models, bro.
Oh, okay. Old people. Anyway.
1997, huh?
Final Fantasy VII. I'm 2000. Final Fantasy VII looks
Crazy.
good, bro. I'm hype about this, bro. They got introduced a new tag system. You running around with your party through all types of desert lanes, fighting these weird ass creatures. Sephiroth pop up at some point. I don't know what the deal with that is.
You'll find out.
He tag teaming people with Cloud, so I'm interested. I'm interested, bro. I'm interested. I have no idea what the story is going. And I gotta see this through. I just know the Aerith memes.
I mean, for that game, the first one that they made, I loved it a lot. You know, just with someone who hasn't experienced the sprite version of Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
But I guess my only complaint was like when you're fighting bosses, you know, when you switch characters.
Yeah.
Like once you like switch to Cloud, you know, Aerith might just be like kind of just run around a little bit dumb, you know. Like once you're not controlling the character, it kind of seems like you just leave them to die, you know.
They got better with that, and the Yuffie DLC, it felt like they were actually useful. I mean, they weren't that bad in 7 Remake, but the AI definitely got better.
You had to command them a lot.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't just let them
do their own thing.
Like I don't. If I recall correctly, there wasn't a way to like set behaviors for them. Usually, a lot of like action RPGs are like hybrids between like the two types, like turn-based and like real-time combat. Usually they'll have a way for you to have it to where they will behave a certain way while you're not directly ordering or commanding them, but I don't believe that was a thing. So it would get frustrating with them just like not doing anything or not building up the freaking ATB, the action bar that you need to do literally anything useful. They just would not build that up. You like had to manage all of them. But yeah, I can't imagine them having learned nothing from that. So
if I'm
I'm certain that it'll be better.
If I'm hyped for a sequel, I'm hyped for this over Spider-Man. I'm infinitely more interested in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth than I am in Spider-Man 2.
Always gotta make it a competition, bro.
Hey man, it's always a competition. I'm a very competitive
They're not
person.
even coming out in the same year. Also, one thing we haven't said yet,
They not.
release date. They got a release date for it, February 29th. Listen, I don't think anyone cares about this except me. That release date kinda hard, bro. Dropping it on the extra day in a leaf year, kinda hard. I said leap year. Dropping a game on the extra day you get that you can only get once every 4 years on the leap year. I don't know. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. But yeah, the bigger reveal obviously is that it's not that far away. But come on, bro. Come on, bro. This game's anniversary comes once every 4 years. Come on, man. Yeah, it's not far at all though. It's a lot closer than I thought it would be. Also, seeing the new characters, because y'all, some of the characters showing up didn't mean anything to y'all. But I think the only character they haven't shown yet is Sid. Final Fantasy VII's version of Sid. I only watched the trailer once though. But bro, seeing Kate Sith again and Vincent for the first time in the new engine.
Kate Sith is the cat, ain't it?
Yeah, the cat with the giant I don't even know what that thing is, bro. I haven't played the original either. I'll just preface with that. Well, I didn't preface anything, but I do know the characters and the story for the most part.
Also, these mini games.
But I'm still really excited. Yeah, the mini games look actually
good,
kind of really sick. I usually don't. I'm not too big of a fan of mini games where the main gameplay style is way more interesting.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. Final Fantasy VII, that's just in the DNA. That's not even the game having mini games is that's just how it is. So if they're gonna have them in there, at least they're going big.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited. I want to see where they diverge from the story, because it's looking interesting. It is looking interesting. That's all I'll say about the story. But no.
3-part game, right? Because I know the original it came with 3 discs. So this is the second one, and then we get
the original was just 2 discs.
Oh, it was only 2 discs. Okay.
Yeah.
So is this?
But
is this it, or is there another one that we get?
No, no. It's a trilogy. Trilogy.
Right.
This one is actually, because I remember when they announced it. This one is actually a 2-discer. Rebirth. Rebirth.
Yeah.
The individual.
That's right.
And I remember that announcement. We got hype over that because it was nah, bro. We've gone full circle.
We have. It's hilarious.
No. But yeah, so this is the second in a trilogy. Dude, this game's gonna be massive, dude.
It is.
This game's gonna be massive.
Fun.
I can't even imagine
so
what the third one is gonna look like. Just how crazy. Are they gonna go completely off the rails?
I think they will
for the third one and just have a completely different new content. I really no. I make no mistake. I am excited.
Universal /
I don't
something crazy.
think so. No, Omni / is the move. It's Cloud's his obviously his most iconic limit break. But I don't think. Also, he did it in the in 7. He tried to, when he fought or in Remake I should say, when he was fighting Sephiroth, I remember seeing someone point it out. He tried to do it, but since this Sephiroth is supposedly the original Sephiroth.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
He remembered this the move you killed me with last time. He was he was blocking it. And it was pretty. It's not something I noticed on the first playthrough. I didn't even play it more than once, but I remembered seeing someone point that out. But yeah, no, I'm sure Omni / in all its glory, it should be in this one, because I think Omni / that's how you beat Sephiroth, but I don't think that it was exclusive to that fight though. I could totally be wrong though, because I didn't play it, but you should be able to experience it in this new game. in the next game, I should
I'm
say.
hyped, bro. I'm hyped. I like.
You know, this is exciting stuff because all the like team attacks too, bro.
The team attacks, the character interaction, bro. It reminds me. It gives me like a One Piece vibe. I don't really. It's the moments outside of combat, bro. It's the character building with the homies when y'all just sitting out relaxing, bro. It's those moments that I care about.
Hey man, all I'm gonna say is Final Fantasy VII was a complete game before One Piece got to where you're talking about, bro. Let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy.
Shut up.
Nah, I'm kidding. I'm a One Piece hater. I put that in air quotes because I don't.
That video come out tomorrow,
I don't
baby.
hate One Piece. Hey. I will fight every last one of you in those comments, bro. I didn't even say anything crazy. But moving away from mid piece. No, Final Fantasy. It's always been great with the little party dynamic. So yeah, seeing it again, because you know that was definitely present in the last game. It's just Cloud is such a little try-hard edgelord. We should be seeing a different side to Cloud, and we'll just see how the whole cast. I'll just get to see them being the best. Oh yeah, I am excited.
And, I will say, when I played the Final Fantasy VII game, you know, slight spoiler, but you know, Jesse went down and out, you know, in Final Fantasy VII. And I was emotionally moved. I said someone has to pay, you know. I was not happy throughout that entire game. I was fighting for Jesse for till the end of that game, bro.
Yeah.
And Biggs.
Shout out Biggs. Shout out Biggs, bro. Man, big shout out to Biggs. He ain't happy. Man, dog, I was a little pissed. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was a little angry at that one. I'm like, Jesse, I'm like, okay. I'm like, Biggs!
What? Come on, man.
But yeah, man.
Or at least that.
What was I finna say? Oh yeah, Spider-Man 2, bro. Spider-Man 2. We got Spider-Man 2 coming out
I think it was Biggs. I forget what the other people said.
Biggs is the one that got carried away. Jesse's the one that got done. They got done in.
Wedge is the one that made me fall out a window.
Wedge.
Ah, man. I forgot about Wedge. I forgot about Wedge.
I knew somebody else I was missing.
Yeah, Wedge like fell out of a window, and that was just it for him.
No, bro, the did I help got me, bro. Or was I helpful or did I help or something like that, bro? That got me, dog. That got me.
I know one of them survived, though.
Yeah.
Or maybe I know Jesse's dead. I think Biggs and Wedge might have lived. I can't remember it. It's kind of confusing. They don't really touch on it,
yeah.
and also it's been years since that game came out.
Well, they could all be
But yeah.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, man, Spider-Man 2. It's coming out. Looks good. Looks like a pretty cool game. Just expanding upon what was already given to us. Miles Morales got some crazy new abilities. We finally get to use the spider arm, legs, and combat.
Dude.
And traversal.
So listen. I'll just say about those legs, I was not fully sold on them. They showed this one moment where Peter he dashed across the screen. I said they kinda sold me on it. No, that trailer was full of cool stuff though, like the expanded open world.
Right.
They said that it's double the size with them adding. They've added Queens and Brooklyn, so that's really cool. They added the little web wings that you can glide with, which you can swap between like swinging and using those pretty quick. So I imagine traversal will only benefit from that addition. And then yeah, it just seems like the progression, from open world activities, they've greatly improved it from what it looks like. So I'm really excited for both the games that we've been discussing, but Spider-Man, dude, it scratches an itch, man.
The web swing,
and it's been a good year for Spider-Man so
always
far.
Good. That is also true. I don't know, man. Go ahead.
Well, aside from the comics, but
I was just gonna say, you guys can call me lame, but I've been avoiding all gameplay for Spider-Man. You know, I already know I'm gonna play it. I already know I'm gonna play it. I just wanted to be a surprise. I love the first game so much, but no, I saw like a little bit of it. I closed that. I said, "Yep, I don't need to see anymore."
He said it come out soon. I can wait.
I mean, I'll say this: the most recent thing, it's mostly just information. Like, if you wanted to, you could turn the video on and just listen to it.
Yeah.
And it'll just tell you about, like, the new features that are gonna be in it. But yeah, I'll say, like, the trailers we got previously, they have been... They've been general enough for you to not get spoiled, but I completely get one to go in blind. It's been a long time since I've played anything completely blind, so... Sucks to be terminally online, but yeah. I'm a
fan, bro. I'm a fan. And if they keep doing right by me, I'm gonna keep doing right by them. Shout out to Insomniac, bro. They've been putting up numbers. Have they put out a bad game? Like, what's the last time they put out a bad game?
They put out Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I love that game also.
They like haven't technically made a bad game in a while.
I think it's about time we give them their flowers.
Like, critically, they yeah. I mean, they've been having, like, I can't remember. I think something about them having, like, pretty not insignificant crunch came out not too long ago. Don't quote me on that because I don't remember, but obviously they've been pretty successful. It seems like that success has come with, you know, some costs.
Yeah.
But at the very least, well, no, not at the very least. Crunch sucks. I'm not gonna minimalize that. Crunch sucks. And we should definitely acknowledge it because it's like, let these people go home. But, you know, at the very least, the game looks good. Hopefully they cut that shit out though, because I don't, you know. But yeah, they've put out good games though. That, like, critically, I think their worst reviewed game, like, in a while, was Sunset Overdrive, and that game came out a long time ago. But that game is peak. That game's peak. So,
stop.
Are you dead,
bro? Stop. I hate that game so much, bro. And you keep gassing it. You keep gassing it. I can't do it. I can't do it no more. I'll let it rock, man. I'll let it rock. What you know? You know.
Hey, I'm not a racing game guy, so
that's crazy.
It's already in bad standing with me. So
that game's
don't
not
even
a racing game. That game's not a racing game. That game's not a racing game. It is an open world, like, I don't even know what to call it, like, the action platform.
Yeah.
But it's got, like, a lot of shooting in it too. But yeah, that's all I'll say about that, because Fearless just said the craziest shit I've heard all day, actually. So I'll just
Also, Lies of P is out now. I forgot about that. That had nothing to do with what we
comes out Saturday.
Hey, you know what else is out?
Saturday.
Oh, okay.
You know what else is out, guys?
But I think I was getting confused. I think I wanted to put that for next week. What's up?
I just wanted to let you guys know the next thing that is out is Roblox on PlayStation.
Oh my god.
I'm too old to be playing Roblox, bro.
Yeah, man. What can we say, bro? PlayStation. They finally cracked, bro. They're putting exploitation of children on the PlayStation Store for free.
Yeah.
At no cost of entry. No, jokes aside, well, that's not a joke, but
they do exploit children.
That aside, I mean, Roblox being on PlayStation, it just seems like a no-brainer at this point. Yeah. Like this number, I've seen this number thrown around a lot, but I mean, because even today, like in the state of play, they mentioned it. 65 million people play that game every single day, which is like, of course they're gonna put that on PlayStation. There's no way that they wouldn't want that on PlayStation. I'm sure the children spending their parents' money on the game is beneficial for every party involved, except the parents, of course.
Yeah.
So,
So
it's Roblox, you know, a bit after our time, but I mean, it's a cultural phenomenon.
We got some Assassin's Creed Mirage gameplay too, or like a hands-on trailer that showed more of it. And another controversial thing that's been happening is you can teleport to enemies and kill them. It's like they showed one ability, you just teleport, kill them. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, they showed that before. Like they showed them teleport between like 4 different people.
I'm still excited for this game. There's nothing they can show me that can't ruin it. I mean, they can ruin it.
Yeah, so far public perception seems to still be mixed. Like that recent gameplay and like people having hands on with it.
Yeah,
it's been getting like some positive press. Like people are like, hey, they're really trying to like take it back to like that Assassin's Creed 1 stuff.
Yeah.
But some people, like, you know, been burned not just once, once, twice, thrice, 4 times. You know, they have, especially with the newer games. Like, I'm an Assassin's Creed defender, like of all eras. But you know, people want the assassins to be, you know, the main focus of Assassin's Creed. I can't blame them. But they've also they experience those games and they're like, oh, these games are just not anything like what we want. So
right.
Even people that are seeing this new gameplay, they're still like, no, they're not gonna be able to pull it off. So, but at the very least, I do feel like the people that are willing, that will give it a try, I'm hoping that they are not disappointed, because it really does seem like an earnest attempt to win back favor, you know, get people back on board with this Assassin's Creed stuff. Now those powers, I mean, what can you say? I don't think I don't know if that was the greatest thing to put in this throwback, you know, this back to basics game. And this is not saying that like
the powers
abilities are a stranger to the series, but like in Assassin's Creed 1, you never have abilities. It's not until like, I think in like one of the Ezio games, you actually get to use the apple.
Yeah. But
that's like temporary, and that's like a whole artifact. And I believe there's an not universe, but in-game explanation, like the Animus is like glitching.
Yeah.
Because bro's so fast, it'll just glitch out, and that's why he's teleporting, which is lame. Let's be honest, it's lame. It's a lame explanation. Like, come on, bro. You so fast that it glitched out. No, look, he's over there. Like, shut up.
It is kind of interesting. They went from that approach to just being like, nah, it's mystical, magical items that you can just use, like the fucking the spear from the old Assassin's Creed, not the old Assassin's Creed game, from Odyssey. Like, you just throw it and teleport to it and grab it out of somebody. Like,
yeah, that stuff. There was no explanation for that. Now, the gods do exist.
Yeah.
And I think the idea is that, like, because I guess Valhalla spoilers, I don't even know, but I see, I didn't even finish that game, so I don't even know what I'm spoiling. But basically, there are like these little dream sequences you do in that game where you go to Valhalla,
right.
Like, or not Valhalla, what's that place called? Asgard, yeah. And you, like, Eivor, the main character, just is Odin.
Right.
Because, yeah, so it's like, I think that's not, like, just a dream sequence thing. I think, like,
that actually
Eivor is, related to the god Odin in some way. And I believe that is also the case for, the main character of Mirage, who was in Assassin's Creed Valhalla also. I saw a
yeah,
comment
I forgot about
related.
that.
Yeah, he's in the game. He's kind of grows up to be a dickhead, but nah, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, he also has some sort of relation to some god. So I don't know. I don't know if that's the angle they'll go with in the game, but
I think they're gonna run
it,
that. Yeah.
I'm just glad that the Assassin's Creedy stuff is like returning. Because it's not like for the people that like the newer stuff, you'll get something. But this is a good, and hopefully they keep doing this, right? Because it's not like they can only do one or the other, right? Like it's possible that they could achieve some sort of balance that will satisfy both demographics. Yeah, everyone. You know, for me, I'm just eating. You know, as long as the games aren't shitty, because I didn't like Valhalla like that.
Like the apple of
yeah, man. Yeah, man.
One thing that I'm still disappointed they haven't done yet is introduce everything in the same universe at the same time. They keep dropping hints to it, but they never go full on with it. It's never like, oh yeah, Rainbow Six and Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed all take place in the same universe. I'm like,
Assassin's Creed needs to stay far away
come on,
from
bro.
fucking Rainbow Six, bro. Between the two of them,
Go ahead.
yeah, between the two of them, like their lore is too. There's too much lore in each one for them to be like, oh yeah, you know, like. Nah, if I wake up one day and the new Rainbow Operator is a goddamn Assassin's Creed character, I might cry.
Come on,
because. Actually, I don't care. I don't care about Rainbow Six. What am I talking about? That didn't even make sense. I just realized who I was. My fault.
Man.
My fault. But no. Yeah, Ubisoft they're really weird about that. Cause like they had like the Watch Dogs crossover stuff with with Assassin's Creed, like to the point that where there is like basically proof that they exist, but then I don't know, that Watch Dogs stuff didn't pan out, so they so they just kind of dropped it by the second game.
But yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If all of them are in the same universe, I just feel like they're so different. No, hold on, they're like so different. If one sees the other from like across the room, you know, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, they'll be like Rainbow will be like, hey, what they doing over there?
Oh my god, bro. I hate it here, dog. But yeah,
I'm sorry.
I get what you're saying. Anyway, anybody else got anything to say? We got any more? I'll just fucking with y'all. Closing statements. Not Jay right there, 7. I'm so sorry. Somebody ought to go ahead.
You always doing that, bro. You always doing that, bro.
Go ahead and lead us out.
I thank you guys for hanging out with us, you know. Whenever you guys watch this podcast. You know, I'm sure once these games come out, you know, like Spider-Man, like I'll be really hyped to play that, Final Fantasy 7. I'm sure we'll have some more stuff to say, and you guys can critique us, and you know, we enjoyed the feedback, so thank you.
Top Willie 99, go ahead and have some closing statements to the people.
Thanks for coming out to another great episode. You know, while you're here, drop a like, you know, drop a nice little comment. We've been getting a lot of those. So we're gonna be responding. You know, we're gonna do our little check-ins. You know, if you got some criticism, directed towards Fearless, because what you criticizing me for? But anyway, no, like, comment, please. You know, if you really like us, you know, go ahead and subscribe. Come back for more. You know, we got daily uploads going. There's no reason not to subscribe, you know. We'll let you know when we upload.
You know, and also, Ty Willie, I think we should also let them know to drop a donation because we need to help on these PlayStation PlayStation
the PlayStation Plus subscription. Yeah, you know.
Bro just walked up like
the
this.
Donations. Please, sir, can I have some more?
But yeah, man, we'll catch y'all next time. We are Curry Speech, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.